Okay, hi all. Hope everyone is having a great day wherever you are in the world. And we've got another special guest on the show. I hate saying it's a show because it's not really a show, but maybe it's becoming one, which is good. I'm all for that. We've got Lorenzo from Blue Spade. So hi, Lorenzo. How are
Hello,
you
hello.
doing?
Thank you so much for having me.
Yep, that's great. So Lorenzo's been on before talking about other things in the past, but we don't want to sort of dwell on the negative. Okay, we don't want to dwell on the negative things all the time. We've got some positive stuff today, and that's his project, which we'll get into in a little while. But first of all, let's just for people who haven't met Lorenzo before, let's get to know Lorenzo and see what he's about and how he got into this space and that kind of thing. So Lorenzo. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, sure. So I'm 30. I'm fully doxed, LinkedIn available, all the good stuff. Been in crypto for 3 years. Before that, I studied law. Did a bit of odd jobs in the law sector. Didn't like it that much, so I moved to multinational companies. I worked for BT in the UK, for Vodafone, for Groupon, doing business development, business partnerships, the legal stuff, finance. So I have a very, very solid background. After that, I moved into traditional finance. So now I'm involved in a hybrid leverage fund that's based in Delaware and also in Israel. So I cover those areas. And being in finance, I'm always interested in the latest tech, whatever moves the market. So crypto was always one of those important markets for me that I think can create the next big wave in the financial sector, which is already happening, as we've seen with BlackRock and other institutions coming into the space. But at the same time, what I'm thinking for myself is how can I grow in this space? So that got me thinking, to launch my own project and to do well for a space that needs it.
Mm. Yeah, it certainly needs it, doesn't it? We've had a lot of negative stuff, but you're doing something positive, and that's why you're on the show, because I'm trying not to have any crap on this show. Projects that I want on here are positive projects that aren't shady in any way, and obviously you're fully doxed. You're completely open, you're completely transparent. I hate using those words in some respects because when people say the word transparent, quite often it works out the other way. But I genuinely believe, I've got to know Lorenzo. We've had plenty of chats on Discord and Zoom and stuff like that. Not just about his project and stuff, but lots of other stuff. So I've got to know Lorenzo, and hopefully we can do lots of chats and stuff in the future. But you're here on this show to talk about your project, which is Blue Spade. Now, one thing I do like about this, it's got the word spade in it, and I'm a bridge player. I don't know if any of you know that, but spades is like the major suit. Okay, so it's the most powerful suit in cards. Okay, so Blue Spade. So hopefully it's going to be the major
Yeah.
DEX, the major
Yeah.
DEX in crypto. Okay, so take it away, as it were. Tell us about Blue Spade.
Absolutely. So, yeah, the name is, it took me a couple of days to come up with a name because I was thinking, what kind of name should I come with to sound interesting? So, I was thinking when I thought about spades, I was thinking about poker, because Blue Spade is a perpetual DEX. So basically, when you trade longs, shorts, you basically make a gamble. You gamble that the market's going to go in your direction. It's the same as poker, right? In poker, you gamble that your hand's going to win. It's the
Mhm.
same way in the perpetual market. You always gamble to either win or lose, depending on how good you are. So Blue Spade was born, I think, in April. Yeah, April. We've launched on Kronos, a small EVM chain. raised only like 30,000 just to do like initial project setup, do all the bots that we need because we run on backend bots that check the pricing, check your position every couple of seconds. So a perpetual DEX is basically a very complicated protocol because it has more than 50 contracts. These 50 contracts have rewards routers, they have Oracle pricing updates, they have many avenues that take time to build correctly. And then you have to set up the bots that always track positions that are open, make sure that the position is in line with their liquidation price points. So it took us a bit of time to actually develop it, I think around a month and a half. And then we launched on Kronos and did this small raise. So since then, we've been live on Kronos and now live on Polygon, but the LP that we have is only on Kronos. So we're trying to build LP on Polygon as well with a higher raise. So Blue Spade offers traders the opportunity to trade with 100x leverage on selected assets. It's quite simple. So you just go on the website, you select the asset that you want, and you trade either short it or long it with the leveraged slider that whatever you select. So it's quite interesting because perpetuals in general, they're some of the most profitable DeFi projects to be involved in because we collect real fees from real yield. We collect the native blockchain token. So it gives investors a good overview of what they should be expecting because we collect the fees and once a week we deposit them in the rewards routers. And we're one of the only perpetuals that give back to investors 90% of what we collect. So,
just wanted to. So you said 90% there. What kind of percentages do other DEXs give back?
Absolutely. So different DEXs have different models, but it's anything between 45% and 60. That's the normal average. So
you're smashing them. You're smashing them out of the park.
Yes, I think if you want to grow long term, you have to offer a lot to your investors because obviously they trust you with their funds. And I'm not in DeFi to play games. I'm here to stay. I'm here to build something that's sustainable. And I like the idea to present something that actually works and pays the native blockchain fees. I don't have to put sell pressure on my own governance token.
I think from a business perspective, because I've done a lot of, I've worked in the past where creating business plans and things like that. And, you know, I've listened to other sort of finance people in the past. And some of the projects which succeed quite a lot are ones which have lots of people involved, giving sort of tiny percentages, as it were. So in a way, if you're giving 90%, you're sort of only taking a small percentage, where others are taking big percentages. So what you're hoping for is big volume. Okay.
Yes.
So you're not going to be greedy as such, like these other guys. Like obviously a central exchange like Binance doesn't give anything away.
Yes.
Right.
No, it's correct. A central exchange doesn't give you anything back. Sometimes they KYC you. You might get stuck with funds inside there. You might be trading high volumes. So you're trading there. Obviously, they have deep liquidity, but the problem is, you're just a trader, and that's it. A perpetual DEX is suited for two types of investors. You can be either a trader, because that's a form of investing, because you put up collateral and you trade and you can win or lose. That's a risky move to do.
Yeah.
But if you're a passive investor and you never trade and you don't like this space, you can stake, and that's it.
Yeah.
Stake, just leave the money there, and you come back to it and you'll see like yields that you won't believe could happen.
So explain a little bit about staking then on Blue Spade. How would an investor who doesn't like the poker side of investing, as in trading, how would an investor stake with Blue Spade?
Absolutely. So we have a governance token called Blue. This governance token has a 20 million max supply. Out of that 20 million max supply, we have 1.35 circulating. and we're releasing another 2 million on Polygon. We plan to be on 7 blockchains by the end, by Q1 2024. So each blockchain will get between 1 and 2 million tokens allocated to it, and it's a cross-chain token. I'm not an adept of the idea that on every blockchain that you launch, you're gonna relaunch your token and then grasp for money and money and money, because that's just a recycling business to me. So this supply stays the same. It's cross-chain. It's already in place. We have a XY partner is our bridge. It's a big bridge, and you can bridge the tokens from Chronos to Polygon and vice versa. That blue
That's at the
token gives
moment,
you,
isn't it? You're on 2 chains at the moment, are you saying?
yes, yeah,
Okay, so
2 chains at
what
the
are the
moment.
chains that you're hoping to get in? Because I think that some people look at Kronos and think, it's a little bit of a small
Yeah.
chain. So what other chains are you hoping to get on then?
By the end of the year, we'll be on Solana, we'll be on Arbitrum, on Ethereum, and Q1 is going to be BSC. And obviously, this year we have, this is the interesting part. We just signed a very interesting deal, a grant. We signed a grant with one of a very exciting blockchain, a newer blockchain, but I'm still under NDA for now. It won't be for long, maybe a couple more days, and then I can release the information. It's a ramp-up grant that basically makes Blue Spade the only perpetual DEX that's going to be available on that blockchain. So that blockchain is going to happen soon as well. And, you know, just to touch on this, to get a blockchain grant is very hard. And I'll tell you, 1,000 projects can apply for a grant, and maybe 5 will get the grant, because blockchains only support projects that will drive users and users that stay on their blockchain, that give them real value. So that's why I was so happy, because, you know, it just acknowledges that my work is worth something and my teamwork is worth something. And it took quite a long time of negotiations. It took like about 3 months, but now we're here. I sent the documents. I'm ready for the final sign-offs, and that's it. So, you know, the thing with our team is we build very fast. Everyone in our team is doxed. Everyone. I don't work with undoxed people. I don't work with someone that I don't know their background. I don't know what they're doing, it's quite simple from that perspective. You know, I just want to work with trusted people. So building fast is something.
Me too.
Yeah, that's why I'm on. That's why I'm here. You know,
That's
I
right.
love what you do.
That's why I invited you, Lorenzo. That's why I invited you. Yeah.
I love what you do, because you call out the bad actors, and that's what you should be doing. If you have ethics and morals, this is what you should be doing in this space. This is not, you know, paper money from Monopoly. It's real money still. So yeah, 7. It's going to be around 5 chains by the end of the year, all launched, but with V2. We'll touch on V2 later. So 30% to Blue, and 60% of the fees that we collect go to BOP, which is the Blue Liquidity Token. So that means if you're a passive investor and you hold different blue chip assets now with V1, you can put them in liquidity and they earn yield for you, because traders trade with your liquidity. To open longs, you have to have liquidity in BTC, for example, and to open shorts, you have to have stable liquidity. That's the way V1 works at the moment. So 60% goes to the BOP investors, and 30% goes to Blue investors, the governance token. The BOP has no upside. It's just an unlimited burn and mint. You mint it against an asset, and then when you burn it, you collect your asset back. And with Blue, that's the one that has the most upside, because it's just a limited supply with so many blockchains. It's going to be an interesting journey.
Absolutely. Right. Where am I now? Okay. So yeah, so there's 2 kind of ways of making money. Now, what are you guys building here? It says here IDO. Okay.
Yeah.
How long it take to execute this roadmap then?
So got it. You're looking at the IDO page. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
So look, the IDO is a very ambitious plan that we have, and it's going to take us to execute 90% of it. It's going to happen by the end of the year. And I'll touch on each point for the IDO. V2 is the first thing that we'll build after the IDO is done. V2 for Blue Spade is going to be unheard of. 1,250x leverage. That's the highest leverage of any perpetual DEX, but it's a very dangerous leverage because you can get liquidated before you even blink.
Yeah, I was going to
But
say.
yeah, absolutely. But some traders love that.
Yeah,
Rollbit
absolutely.
has 1,000x, and it's not
Yeah.
really a perpetual DEX, but there's a lot of trades with 1,000x because people like to gamble.
People like to
You have
gamble.
yeah, absolutely. They love to gamble. So the highest leverage is going to be with us, 1,250x. V2 will have only stable liquidity, stable token liquidity. So that means USDC or USDT. So that basically, if you're a passive earner, you bring your stables, you mint the liquidity token, and when you want to get out, you just burn and you get out your stables. But the good part about it is no one will ever give you a higher APR on your stable coins than a perpetual DEX. Usually APRs for stables, and these are real numbers, they're between 2 and 8%.
Yeah.
8% is the high end, and we've seen what happened to Celsius.
Yeah, and what was the other one that offered 20% that went belly up? The Korean thing. Jesus, I've forgotten what it is now.
Yeah. You mean Luna.
Luna, and
Luna.
yeah. That was
Yeah,
20% or something, wasn't it? That was just
Anchor protocol.
Anchor,
They had
yeah,
Anchor. Yeah,
ANKR, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Anchor. They turned out to be a bit of a wanker.
Yeah, it was a bad play. I didn't invest in it because I've seen it. It couldn't happen.
I got out. Yeah, I got out of that one because I thought that was a bit. Yeah,
Unrealistical.
it was. Yeah, it wasn't real. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got a bit ahead of myself here. So yeah, so Blue Spade obviously is a perpetual DEX. And
Yeah.
if people want to have a look at other DEXs, they can go to DeFi Llama. I don't really want to sort of, bring up a load of websites and stuff like that now, but you can go to DeFi Llama with a lot of information on there. So what sort of sets you apart, say, from other? If you just want to sort of mention some other DEXs that maybe you're comparing to, other big DEXs in the
Yeah.
in the field.
Sure. So I would say there's three central types of perpetual DEXs. It's the order book perpetual DEX that looks like a central exchange, has very low leverage, like 10x or 20x. And a good example of that is DYDX. I think in terms of volumes, they have the highest volume a month. I think they clock in between 30 and $40 billion of volume.
Mm,
The next model would be GMX. GMX has the indexing token, so we're similar in that way with V1 with them. They also are one of the heavy hitters, one of the highest, I think, revenue earners. Sometimes they earn more than Arbitrum because they're deployed on Arbitrum and on AVAX. So they have very high fees, GMX. I think I've looked yesterday when I checked. So they collected from the 13th of September till today about $160,000 in fees. So they collect a lot of fees. And a last model would be the gains model, Vela model, which is just stable liquidity, and it gives you basically an array of tokens that you can trade. And then you also have Level, which is basically attached to a DAO. So
mm.
all of these perpetuals are very good in their blockchains, and they also compete against each other on Arbitrum because Arbitrum seems to be the way they compete. It's one of the top earners. All of them are over there competing. So V2 for Blue Spade is gonna be the best of the best. So from all of these amazing protocols, we took what works the best. So the collateral and stable will allow us to have as many trading pairs as we want, because it pays both longs and shorts. The DAO, which we're building, is going to provide protocol-owned liquidity. But in addition to that, it's going to act as an investment vehicle for projects that want to come to us and launch. So that's an additional step up from the traditional DAO model that the Level Finance has, or MetaVolt Trade, or other perpetuals with a DAO. Usually a perpetual with a DAO just supplies protocol-owned liquidity to make sure that everyone has money to trade with. But for us, it's that plus investment, because I do not like the way that these project founders present themselves in this space. They're not accountable. So with a DAO, you have funds, you have a community, and you can also manage the whole process of from seed stage to the later stages. And it's going to give us more exposure for Blue Spade. It's going to give us more exposure to different tokens, and it's going to create a better and safer environment. The DAO is going to be launched on ETH, and it's going to pave our way for the Blue Spade V2 on ETH. So that's exciting too. So there's so many things that set us apart. It's just taking all the good stuff from what works now with the best of the best and making it even better.
Yeah. So take everything, take all the good stuff, and leave all the crap stuff behind, and then
Absolutely.
you'll steam away. You'll steam on past everybody else, basically. Um, they'll be all in your wake, hopefully.
We'll work as much as we have to till they'll all be in our wake. That's my mentality. I put in 20 hours a day, and
Yeah, I was
that's
just
from
about to
Monday to
say,
Sunday.
you put in 20 hours of sleep a day, like sleeps for pussies.
Sleep for the week. Yeah, it's for the week. Sleep is for the week. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. For old guys like me.
No, it's late for you too. So we're still doing this, and even at this
Yeah.
time. So I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. No sleep for the wicked.
Yes. So
So
yeah,
I think it sounds really great. I've got to say, sounds a fantastic project. Certainly different from the other stuff that I cover. So it's a nice change for me to cover something an actual proper project. And for those people who sort of say to me, John, you're giving in all these projects that aren't so good, are shady, and all of that kind of thing. And but what about all the good ones? Where's all the good ones? So here we go, guys. Lorenzo's creating a fantastic project, and what I'll do is I'll stick all any links and stuff in the description and stuff like that. So if people want to sort of sign up to Blue Spade and start trading, or if you don't want to do the gambling as such, then you can do the staking and help build Blue Spade into the greatest perpetual DEX on the planet. I guess that's what your the objective
my
is.
aim. Absolutely. That's why, I was thinking into perspective. There's about on all the blockchains, EVM and non-EVM, there's about 300 something perpetual DEXs. Now, out of all of those, only less than like 3% are on more than 3 blockchains. That's one. The second one is no one builds all of these things with the kind of raise that we're trying to have. We've spoken recently about a project that raised 1.6 million,
Mm,
and they didn't deliver anything. Like,
mm.
we're raising 200,000 and we're delivering a roadmap that's going to actually happen, because I'm putting my name, I'm putting my reputation, and I have a lot more to lose if I don't keep to my promise. And I always operate like this. Whatever I tell everyone is what I'll do. And it has, so Blue Spade is going to be a whole ecosystem. It's going to have all the protocols that work and generate real fees, not like stuff that you see now that promises you 1-2% a day and never delivers on anything, because it's not possible, or they just raise money and pay you from that pot until they run out and then they walk away.
Yeah,
So
we don't want to mention the P word because we don't want to associate it with.
no,
We kind of
absolutely
discussed that.
not.
We kind of discussed that before we talked on it. We don't want to mention the P word.
No, absolutely not. So that's what I'm saying. You're getting a perpetual DEX, you're getting an investment DAO, you're getting an NFT collection, you're getting also a cross-chain DEX. The DAO is going to be cross-chain. So we're not launching new tokens. It's just that the protocol that works will be launched on several blockchains. And you have all these 3 projects that tie into Blue Spade, and they all are cross-chain. So for this kind of raise, all these things will happen. All the like major blockchain integrations by the end of the year. V2 is happening first. The partnership with the blockchain that I've mentioned is happening in the next couple of days. We'll announce it. We have full support from them for marketing, so we're gonna see a huge spike in our users. All the good stuff is here. And if you look at the token, it's 10 cents now. The LP is a little bit lower. So who's smart is going to buy the LP first. They'll do well on that, and then they buy into the IDO. The IDO on every $1,000 buy will airdrop you the NFT, one NFT from the ETH market. And our NFTs have utility too. That's the good part about it. It's day one utility. You stake it. Once you stake it, you earn from the protocol. And also, depending on the rarity, they give you trading fee discounts. Gains has them in the top ones they have, like highest rarity, floor is 8 ETH. So, I'm building what needs to be built. And bear market or bull market, people trade. And with the thing with a perpetual is like investing in a casino, right? The risk for you as a passive investor is maybe on a couple of days there's going to be profitable traders, and then you'll lose money from the LP. But overall, and I looked on dashboards, and we looked together for a couple of dashboards over the course of a month, of 2, 3, 4, traders are net negative. Which means the liquidity providers win. It's the same way as in a casino, right? You have a whale that comes in, plays poker, plays baccarat, plays whatever he wants, makes 10 million, walks off. But there's another 150, 200, 300, whatever number of other gamblers that lost 11 million. So they're still profitable. That's the thing. And
at the end of the day, you're going to be the house. That's what you're aiming to be, the house. And in general, as we all know, the house always wins. And that's what we want to be. We want to be on the winning side of a legitimate project. Okay, that's going to make people some decent returns, but not silly money. Okay, well, you're hoping to get silly money, but it's going to be legitimate silly money. Let's put it like that.
Silly money, yeah. Any APRs, real APRs, are anything from 30 to 100% plus, depending on, like, it fluctuates on the collection of fees. I know for a fact the highest, I think, collection day for GMX this year was 8.5 million one day. But I'm not saying Blue Spade's there yet, but with all we're building, we're aiming to get there. We're aiming to be better than all what's on the market. So, that's my ambition. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be the same guy, even if I have $1 TVO or I have $500 million TVO. It's the same thing. In crypto, when you stop working, the chase is on for different projects to take over your users. And I'm not going to be put in that position. If you are here with me, you're here for the whole journey. I'm trying to build something that's going to stick around for the whole duration of how long crypto lasts. Will be there.
Yeah, I mean, I've only known you about a week, I think, something like that.
Yes,
It feels like only about a week, but I think I've got to know you pretty well already. And you're so far removed from all the bullshit project leaders and stuff who, God, you ask them a question and all they try and do is dodge the question all the time. It's nice to, it's so refreshing to have, you can ask you a question and you're going to come up with the answer, and you're not going to try and dodge the question. And the reason why Lorenzo doesn't need to dodge the question is because he's building a proper project here. All right. So all those people who, have been burnt so many times, this is something that you can get your teeth into. This is something that you can put your hard-earned money into. Your grandson's investment. When you pop your clogs, you can be. This is something that can be paying out probably in maybe. I don't know. Maybe Blue Spade will still be going in sort of 50 years or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, you never know. As I said to you, it's something that works. DEXs work, perpetual DEXs work. They're real projects. And the thing is, I will never promise anyone a return that I do not see feasible. And I would never say, I don't like to move money in central exchanges. I like to have stuff that's available and visible for everyone to track. And the way I operate is I tell upfront what exactly is every cent spent on. If we do a
Yeah.
trading competition and we use treasury funds, it's going to be 10,000 from the treasury fund, for example. Or if I have to pay marketing to this guy, I'm going to name him. I'm going to say I'm doing marketing with XYZ, or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Whatever expenses we have, everybody will know, because this is crypto. This is the blockchain's visible to all. I don't have to do investigative work as an investor to find out how these founders and the team are spending my money, which is
Yeah.
horrible. I hate this. That's why I'm trying to build this DAO, because I'm sick of all these projects getting the attention and stealing away money that needs to be invested better.
Yeah.
If you see something that's too good to be true, it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It's just a fact. If you see 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% a day, it will never happen. It's just something that's a recycling scheme, and you're going to be left out with, nothing. And
Yeah.
we've seen it happen time
Yeah.
and time and time and time again.
Oh yeah, I've seen it over the past year, all the stuff I've covered. So it's just really nice to have a project that is real, tangible, is growing, and and I want to help you grow with this. It'd be great to sort of see your journey and see how Blue Spade moves through its roadmap over the next few months. And I'm not going to say who you, because you mentioned, I don't know, should I say in it? I'm not going to mention obviously the name, but you kind of told me, and that's pretty exciting. I can say it's like a top 100
Yeah.
cryptocurrency. Okay. So, I mean, it's not Mickey Mouse. Okay. So I hope you
Yes.
don't get in trouble for me mentioning
No, 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 no. It's
like
fine.
that.
It's
So I
fine.
haven't mentioned them or anything, but the grant that you're getting from them, uh, to get that is incredible.
I'm excited.
I bet you're jumping 20 feet in the
Yeah.
air when you got that.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And it just shows. And you know what? Other blockchains have gotten in touch and said that we would love to have your NFT collection. We would love to have this protocol here. We like what you're building. Like VCs are trying to get in touch. But, when you deal with institutions, because a blockchain or whatever is an institution, when you deal with VCs, it's an institution. They look up the due diligence that these guys do is massive.
Mm,
Massive due diligence. And if you're something is not going to exist in the next 3 months, no blockchain, no VC, no nothing is ever going to look at you. So this is like a stamp of approval that what we're doing is doing the right stuff, moving in the right direction. So I'm happy. When I met you, I said to you from the beginning, I used to do YouTube before with some interesting guys. I moved away from it because they leaned in the wrong direction.
mm,
And when I saw that, I disassociated myself with someone that is ready to promote crap for just cash. They don't care about their audience. They don't care about how their audience spends money. They'll just shill it for the sake of shilling and then for the money. And then you'll be left thinking like, why did I do this? Why did this guy misrepresent the information? So that's why, I liked you. You're here to stay. You're ethical, you're honest, and you're not at the age where you're still chasing money. For you, this is more like a hobby, I would call it for now.
mm.
An interested hobby.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, crypto has been that for me. Yeah, no, I'm not going to lie about it. I would like to make money out of it, but what I don't want to do is, like so many of the people I've seen on here, is make money from subscribers. Okay,
Mm,
I want to warn people off the projects that they shouldn't be going into, and I want to
yeah.
try to get more projects like this
Yes.
um, in
And
front of you to invest in.
I'll make sure that you get them. I have a lot of friends that are building real stuff, and
Mm,
I'm sure that, if you give them the chance after you do your due diligence, because you do your due diligence in comparison with other YouTubers that only ask you how much are you gonna pay, when, and that's it. No due diligence, no nothing. The project gives them a script, they read the script, and that's it.
mm,
Presentation, put
mm.
your money in. This is the best project ever. At least you do your due diligence. You don't associate your name with stuff that doesn't make sense, because you know what branding means. If people associate you with that type of thing, then that's it for you.
Yeah.
Your face is gonna stay the same unless you do
Yeah.
some cosmetic work to it. Maybe some of our
Yeah.
friends from BSc will do some cosmetic work, but who knows?
Yeah. Good luck working on this face.
Yes, absolutely. Good. Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Exciting stuff. Thank you for the time that you gave
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and we'll have more. And I told you I have friends that if you want to have talks with them too, it would be great for you, for them, for everyone. Like real projects. I know real
Yeah.
people that build real stuff. The only problem a lot of these guys in Web3 have is they want the 100x tomorrow. Well, if you want the 100x tomorrow, you'll win 100x and lose 10 100, you'll lose the rest, and then
Yeah.
you're back
Yeah.
in this stupid cycle of I need to put real money from my job back into Web3, just chasing the dream.
Yeah. So just to sort of say to people, that Lorenzo's hardworking, and it's like 10 to well, I bet it's earlier than I bet you're 10 to 1, aren't you, in the morning or something?
I'm 10 to 2.
10 to 2. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's nearly midnight here. I'll probably turn into a pumpkin in a bit. I'm a bit of a night owl, actually, to be honest with you. I'm a night owl. You sound like a morning owl, and is there a
And
morning
a
owl?
night owl.
That's not. There's no
Yeah,
such thing
yeah.
as a morning owl.
It's a I don't know what to call the morning guys, like the
I'm not a
relationship
morning
bird.
person at all, to be honest with you. Mornings, no, not for me.
No, I do both mornings. If I sleep
Yeah,
more than
you
four
do 20
hours my
hours a
head
day,
hurts.
mate. You do 20 hours a day. I mean, Jesus, you'll be going to bed at 2 and getting up at 6 or something with
Yeah,
the.
yeah, 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 absolutely, that's
So
exactly how it is.
what we're gonna do, guys, we'll put all the information. We'll put LinkedIn information about Lorenzo and stuff like that. Everything like that. All the information that you can read up on Lorenzo. We'll put obviously the website address and stuff like that. And you can look at that information and join up and trade to 1,000 leverage if you really want to. I don't think you can do 1,000 leverage. What can you do at the moment? Is it?
At the moment, it's 100, but the TVO is small. That's why the IDO is going to help our TVO. Once the
Yeah.
TVO is big enough, you can do 1 to 50x on the new version. Now you can trade 100x, which is still good. There's a couple of tokens you can trade with 100x, which is interesting. Maybe we'll do a session on that too, because
Yeah.
there's some traders too, not only passive investors. Who knows?
Yeah. All right then. So thanks very much, Lorenzo. You get some beauty sleep and all of that. So no doubt we'll have Lorenzo on again. We'll not only talk about Blue Spade, but other things as well. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed that little introspective into Blue Spade, and take a look at it, guys. But we'll look at it more in detail in later videos, I guess. All right. So thanks very much, Lorenzo, and
Thank you so much.
we'll finish here, I think.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was
Okay.
a
Thanks,
pleasure.
everybody.
And what can I say? Thanks.
All right. Bye now, everybody.